Welcome back. It's time for one more of our brand new segments. Now, all of us have been criticizing about the battered roads in Chennai for a very long time. All have been complaining, but still nothing seems to change. Well, NDTV Hindu has decided to showcase the plight of every pothole like crater roads in the city. Today, it's the turn of Dr. MGR Road in Taramani. The condition of the road is such that the potholes have claimed the life of a person in December. Take a look.
Roads have definitely got deteriorated. I think mainly because of the rainy season, and also I don't think any maintenance has been done in the last few months.
Daily போறதுக்கு கஷ்டமா இருக்குது. நைட்டும் பார்க்கல, நான் வியாபாரம் பார்க்குறேன். ரொம்ப பேஜாரா ரோடு சீர் பண்ணி கொடுத்தா ரொம்ப நல்லா இருக்கும்.
தார் ரோட்லாம் பிட்டமன் ஏரியாலாம் ஃபுல்லாக ஏதோ ஆச்சு. பீட்டிலாம் வந்துட்டு போடுறாங்க, அகைன் வந்து கல்லுகள்லாம் வந்துட்டு வண்டியில் போகிறதுனால வண்டி பஞ்சர் ஆகிடுது சீக்கிரமாக வந்துட்டு. சின்ன இடத்துல குழியாக இருக்கும். ஸோ அங்கே டிவைட் பண்ணலாம், எப்படி போனால் அந்த பக்கம் ஒரு குழியாக இருக்கும். ஸோ எப்படி நம்மளால் வந்து கண்ட்ரோல் இங்கே ஓட்டுறதே வந்து பெரிய ஒரு ரிஸ்கி ஃபேக்டர் மாதிரி இருக்கும். ஒரு அட்வென்ச்சரஸ் பைக் போகிற மாதிரி இருக்கும்.
Now, if you wish to air any of the bad roads in your locality, do get in touch with us. You can send in your videos or your complaints to us. It's your chance to become a citizen journalist. Do send with entries to feedback@ndtv-hindu.com. With a view to clear the Pongal festive rush, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Jayalalitha today announced operating special bus services while warning private operators against fleecing passengers. Over 5,000 special services would be operated across the state, connecting various parts, including Chennai, from January 12th to 17th, a government release here said. This includes return services from the respective destinations. It said, adding, government will act against private operators over complaints of overcharging commuters. Meanwhile, the Metropolitan Transport Corporation will operate 250 services between January 14th and 17th, connecting various tourist hotspots in and around the city. Do we have a caller? And it's time to check the traffic conditions of the city in our special segment, Green Signal. Now we have Fred Jonathan joining us from Sadapet. Fred, if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. Hi.
Yeah, Fred, what is the traffic update in Sadapet?
Right now, the road towards Gindi is completely blocked, and the one towards Adyar is kind of moving, you know.
All right. So road towards Gindi is blocked. So everyone who is planning to travel to Gindi, be aware of that fact. So we move on to some international news now. Pakistan is in the middle of a crisis due to tension between the civilian government and the military over the Memogate scandal. A day after PM Jilani sacked Defence Secretary and the army strongly criticized the Prime Minister, there are signs of an uneasy truce, but things may not be calm from within. Prime Minister's sacking of Defence Secretary has already been challenged in the Supreme Court, and the US has said it's no assurance that the Pakistani army will not stage a coup, even as it said it supports a civilian-led government in Pakistan. There are also reports that PMLQ chief Chaudhry Shujat Hussain may be mediating between PM Jilani and Army Chief Kayani. Meanwhile, former cricketer and Tehreek-e-Insaf chief Imran Khan lashed out at President Zardari and PM Jilani, demanding their resignation. Imran Khan said an early election is the only way out from the current crisis, but opposed a military coup. Amid tension between Pakistan's government and the military, former cricketer and Tehreek-e-Insaf chief Imran Khan lashed out at the government led by President Zardari and Prime Minister Jilani, demanding their resignation. Imran Khan said an early election is the only way out from the current crisis, but opposed a military coup.
तहरीक-ए-इंसाफ पाकिस्तान की जमहूरियत के साथ खड़ी है, हम आइन के साथ खड़े हैं हम किसी सूरत किसी मिलिट्री टेक ओवर की किसी सूरत हम बैक नहीं करेंगे। हम चाहते हैं कि सिर्फ एक जमहूरी तरीका है, वो है फ्री एंड फेयर इलेक्शंस। अभी ये जो रहमान मलिक ने स्टेटमेंट दी है कि हम इनके केसेस सामने लेके आएंगे, पहले क्यों नहीं केसेस सामने ला रहे थे? क्योंकि इनका समझौता हुआ था।
And Pakistan President Zardari has left for a private visit to Dubai amidst the standoff between the civilian government and the military. Agency reports said it was a one-day private visit. Zardari is expected to attend a wedding. Amid the controversy over his year of birth, Chief of the Army Staff General V.K. Singh today said it's a personal issue of his integrity and honor, which he has tackled in an organizational interest. However, he said that the row has unnecessarily vitiated the atmosphere and many have given it a vicious spin.
An issue on which I'll desist from answering anything for the simple reason that the issue is somebody has gone to the court, there are all kinds of speculations going on, and there is no point in vitiating the way things are. Because unfortunately what happens is that everybody, each one of us puts our own spin to whatever is said, and then it doesn't result in the type of atmosphere that should prevail. Secondly, the issue has always been, and I am emphasizing this, has always been that of integrity and honor.
Meanwhile, the authorities in the Jodhpur hospital, in which a patient in ICU was nibbled by rats while the staff was sleeping, have swung into action. All the holes in the buildings are being closed to block the entry of rats. The caretaker and nurse who were on duty when the patient was nibbled have been suspended pending inquiry. Hospital authorities say that the patient is okay now and a committee is looking into the incident. After 16 long years of intense immunization, India is polio-free for the first time. No cases were reported in the last year, paving the way for the World Health Organization to take India off the endemic list. To ensure it remains clear of the virus for 2 more years, an emergency preparedness plan is being put in place. Rapid response teams have been set up in high-risk areas and states have been told to intensify surveillance to make sure there is no transmission. Border posts too are being equipped so that the virus does not enter the country through visitors from polio-affected countries. A day after authorities in the Andaman Islands claimed that a video of Jarawa tribals being paid to dance for tourists was several years old, there appears to be fresh evidence that this continues to this day. The group Survival International has released hidden audio recordings of a conversation between the British journalist Gethin Chamberlain and a tour operator apparently recorded just a month back, where the journalist is offered access to the Jarawa tribe for a price.
The Andaman administration may claim this video showing members of the Jarawa tribe dancing for tourists is several years old. But now, there seems to be fresh evidence that this could be happening even now. Audio recordings, apparently just a month old, have now been released by the group Survival International of a conversation between British journalist Gethin Chamberlain and a tour operator in the Andamans, promising a meeting with the Jarawa tribals for a price.
How long did you go?
We go early morning, 4 o'clock from this place, and next day come back.
How much to?
25 to 30,000 like that. Because the policemen take 10 to 15 like that. And vehicle and some gifted to the tribals also.
Whatever policy has been adopted by the Andaman and Nicobar administration is in place. I think what happened was a violation of that policy.
Just yesterday, the Chief Secretary of the Andaman administration had told NDTV that there is no question of the so-called Jarawa tourism being allowed to take place. It is not clear if the tour operator in the audio clipping acted alone or was part of a group, or whether he could actually deliver on his promises. But the clippings throw up more disturbing questions about the fate of this extremely vulnerable Jarawa tribe in the Andamans. With Vishnu Som, Alok Pandey, NDTV.
More than 6,000 students across Andhra Pradesh participated in a mass Surya Namaskar exercise, trying to create a world record. Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan also joined the students But whether the state has been able to make the record or not will be confirmed by the Guinness World Record after going through the video and documents, which may take a month. This happened despite some Muslim leaders objecting, terming it un-Islamic, and equated it with idol worship, which is prohibited in Islam.
सूर्य नमस्कार एक योगिक क्रिया है, एक कसरत करने का एक तरीका है और इसको धर्म के साथ नहीं जोड़ना चाहिए। भारतीय जनता पार्टी और जमात इस्लामी दोनों के दोनों मिलकर ये खेल करते हैं। कुपोषण बढ़ रहा है, भ्रष्टाचार चरम सीमा पर है, लोगों को खाद मिल नहीं रहा है, बिजली मिल नहीं रही है और मुख्यमंत्री जी विश्व रिकॉर्ड कायम करना चाहते हैं सूर्य नमस्कार का, जैसे कि कहीं दूसरे देशों में भी सूर्य नमस्कार होता हो। ये केवल जनता को गुमराह करने की प्रक्रिया है।
Now, actor Vijay is desperately in need of a huge hit against his name. Will director Shankar's Nanban provide the much-needed fillip? Find out after the break.